Back at Malešice for the site of Netherlands and Finland. The third day of the European Box Lacrosse Championship here in Prague. It's game 3 for both Finland and the Netherlands as both teams enter this game 0-2 so far in the season. Finland opened their tournament back on Thursday the 25th against Czechia and ultimately lost that game 25-2 and followed it up yesterday at 11 on England and lost 26-0. So a tough first 2 games for them. Going up against the Netherlands, who took on Israel, lost 9-1. That was back on Thursday as well at 1:30, and then yesterday they took on Israel. Ultimately fell short on that one, or they took on Saturday, took on, or excuse me, they took on Ireland, excuse me, on Friday, and they ultimately lost that game 7-4. So both teams 0-2 going into this one, looking for their first wins of the tournament. Hot one again here at Malešice. Local weather, as you can see, was at 95 degrees. It's going to be a high of 98. Goalie leaders here today. Daria Saeed, a number of saves in the first game for the Netherlands against Israel in a game where Israel had 59 shots. She only allowed in 9. So we'll see how she fares against Finland. Both teams coming with a lot to play with. 2 newer programs that are looking to establish themselves. Obviously still very early on in their lacrosse journeys, but come to battle here in Malešice. About a minute and a half off from the opening face-off. So we will get underway with the opening face-off. For the Netherlands, it's going to be number 10, Sophie Kudut. And for Finland, it'll be number 22, Ina Japila, taking the opening face-off. So we will see how these two fare at the line today. Obviously, face-offs, very, very important. Try to see who can maximize the most out of their possessions. About 50 seconds to the opening face-off, so we'll see if they'll wait for the clock to go all the way down or if they'll just start. Either way, have a pretty decent sized crowd here at Malešice. As you can see, both face-off dancing here. They're having a good time. It's all good vibes. Beautiful day for some lacrosse. Not a cloud in the sky. Some refreshment drinks as well, and we are set to underway between the Netherlands and Finland at Malešice. And opening face-off is going to be taken and won by the Netherlands. That's Kudut. She'll take it down the left side. Back behind the crease, and here comes the Netherlands offense. They'll transition on. They'll slow it down to start it out. And directing traffic, that'll be Mesa Pantala. And she'll take the shot. Pantala will step down. Or excuse me, that's Keene actually. That's Delaney Keene. That's Delaney Keene. That is my mistake. So here comes Hanneke van Verselt. Van Verselt back to Keene. Keene sets it up. Had Van Bilsen, unfortunately, was not there. Back to Van Bilsen, low shot on the sidearm. Van Bilsen will get on top of her own rebound, so she'll roll back out. That's to Keene. Keene takes a shot again. And Finland can get on top of it. Still a scrum for the ball into the backboards. And it looks like it will be Finland ball. That'll be Mahisa Pentala. That's it. There she is. She'll pick it up and she'll look to advance, and she will. Here comes the Finland offense. They'll set things up. Shot taken a little bit too far out. That was Marie Kaki. Shot was just too far out. Picked back up by Morgan Boys on the rebound. Here comes Ramsey, Ashley Ramsey. She'll set it up. She'll go outside. It's Prasad. Over to Baker. Getting it around. Shot by Prasad. Fortunately, not going to be near the goal. Here comes Finland, losing a stick right there. Nice hit by Manuk Wilbert. Here comes Emily Demmer. She'll set it back up near side for the Netherlands. Demmer still has it. Drops it off outside to Wilbert. Wilbert tries to go behind the crease. So get it over to Van Verselt. To Prasad. Prasad gonna go up top. She'll try to pass it out to Healings, unfortunately not able to do so. Once Van Verselt again tries to make a move. She does, cuts back out to the right. Van Verselt too high. And his ball will bounce off the wall, and that'll go to Finland. Finland offense will get going. Here they come. Finns have a very proud men's program. They're looking to develop it on the women's side as well. So that's Oni. She takes it down. Loses the ball. Shot taken by Martin, and ultimately, or excuse me, that was actually Alaska with the shot. Unfortunately did not end up going where she wanted. So here comes Delaney Keene. Nice move. Keene sets up the shot, and it's taken, almost dumped in by Van Bilsen. But either way, Keene will get back on top of it. Keene will go outside of Kudut. Kudut to Baker, back to Kudut up top, who's quarterbacking. And she'll try to cut in. And that'll go right into the pads of Millie Lofgren. So here comes London, here comes Moda London and the Finland offense. Suvioni sets it up, she'll slow it down. She'll go back to Kaki. Marie Kaki gonna roll out to her right. Take the shot down the alley. A rebound off the board, the Finns will get it back. Shot clock will run out as Alaska will drop it. And here comes back the Netherlands offense is Lottie Van Heuvel. She'll take it and drop it off to Wolbert. Wolbert facing pressure by Bitter. So here comes Van Verselt in the Netherlands offense. Van Verselt looks around. Was looking to shoot up to pass it. Now back to Van Verselt up top, and she takes a shot too far high. Ultimately, Baker able to get on top of her rebound, or excuse me, that was Emily Demmer. Ultimately takes a shot over beyond the yellow line, and here comes the Finnish transition unit as Katabitter was not able to get on top of it, and here comes a fast break for Kimberly Verboom, and unfortunately, not much going for her. Millie Lofgren stepping up and making another great save, deflecting that one off. So still scoreless, under 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Going back up top to Baker. Gonna look around to Geelings and outside. Nice ball movement from the Netherlands, and that was Kudut. And they're gonna go back to Kudut from Baker. Kudut, she'll roll out, passes it out to Geelings, and shot taken from Baker in front of the net. But Lofgren able to bat that one off. So some contention for the ball behind the crease. It's ultimately picked up by the Netherlands once again as Baker gets on top. If a cutter coming in, shot taken from Delaney Keene. And another deflection by Millie Lofgren. As the Finns will get back on top if it passed too far out, gonna bounce off the walls, and here comes Geeling. That was Romy Healings, my mistake. So here comes the Finns again, looking to transition. That's Mona London. London, she'll take it down the right alley. She'll flip it out to Marie Kaki, who will try to slow things down again for the Finns. As Kaki cuts back inside, had a cutter inside in front of the net. Unfortunately, shot was too far out for Ina Jupala, excuse me. And that'll be the first hydration break of the quarter. Been moving relatively quickly, already forgot about it. 8.5 left in the first quarter. We've had a number of shots, not all of them been on target, but do have a little bit of offense here. It's been mostly the Netherlands who have been able to hold on to possession, but the Finns have had a couple of offensive drives that have been a bit sustained. Did have the one early on where they ran out the shot clock, but outside of that, not a whole lot for the Finns on offense so far. Two teams that have really struggled on that side of the ball in their first two games. It's not a surprise that we haven't seen much of it in the first 6.5 minutes of this one, but obviously we're very, very early into this game, so very much could change. So we will see what either side can get going here, as Netherlands will take possession of the ball. So here they come. That'll be Kimberly Verboom. Cleared out, pass goes high, but is brought in by Van Verselt. As Van Verselt, she'll check it out, going out to Demmer. Initially loses it, does manage to hang on to it, and I'm gonna fight through some contact. Demmer gonna go outside to Lekkonen. Now Wolbert, shot taken too high for Van Verselt. So here comes Finland again on the transition. Lofgren's gonna drop it off to Kaki. Kaki go out, so change of possession. Sophie Kudud, she'll drop it off. That's Ashley Ramsey. We go out to Prasad, over to Keene. Now outside the Healings to Baker, back to Ramsey. Ramsey takes the shot. Shot not on target. And nice stick by Romy Healings. Ball's gonna go into the far right corner in a fight between Mona London and Eva Klassen for the ball. Van Verselt and Oni are also going to join in, as well as a couple other, quote, the Netherlands and the Finns. As here comes the Netherlands as Van Bilsen, the near side shooter. She'll fall down slip. Some tight coverage and pressure forced by Mahisa Pentola. Now back to Wolbert. Wolbert outside. Keene, she's been the main facilitator of this offense. She's rolling around and ultimately be a penalty on the Finns. It'll be a 2-minute penalty. And it'll be the legal substitution penalty for 2 minutes, so a power play opportunity for the Netherlands as they've been able to facilitate the ball pretty decently so far in this first quarter. So now in a 5-on-4 situation, we'll see what they can do. They've been doing a really good job of getting this ball around, making sure everyone gets touches. And the shot from outside, that was Penteline. Tried to go on the outside bouncer, attempting, or excuse me, that was Keen actually, excuse me, that's my apologies. It's Lofgren trying to get her off her footing as Keen again, or Van Versel outside. Fortunately, shot was a little bit too inside. As what a catch from Van Bilsen. Is ball going low, and Lofgren with another save. Ultimately loses track of the ball though, and because they failed to clear the ball, it's going to stay ball for the Netherlands. So 1:13 on the penalty, so good bit to work with for the Netherlands on the power play. As they'll look to move it around here, shot taken by Van Bilsen, but fight for it. Healing's gonna get on top of it. It's Van Versel, she'll get it around back to Van Bilsen. Now back to Van Versel, looks for a shot. She hit her teammate. Healing's on the back, she'll get her own rebound. Back up top to Van Bilsen, and Bilsen shots ricochets off a defender, and now another step down shot for Bersad. Unfortunately, hits the ground, doesn't travel very far. It's back up top to Van Bilsen, over to Healings. Healings maneuvers outside to the side to Keen. He's gonna bounce off another defender as the Finns are standing tall on the power play kill. Under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Gonna get it back around here for the Netherlands. That was Van Bilsen who lost a step. Van Versel takes a shot. Now outside to Keen. Keen again, gonna go back behind to Van Bilsen, who tried to wrap around, and she was denied. The Netherlands do get on top of it, but we'll be back to even strength now. To 5-on-5 lacrosse as the step down shot from Van Bilsen again rejected. That was Ina Ulaska who was able to get a piece of that shot on her left shoulder. Here's Wheelings. She'll get it out to Wolbert. Wolbert takes the shot down low, and it's a score! Manuk Wilbert and the Netherlands are on top. Even Malešice. As what a way to get it around from the Netherlands. They did a really good job of maneuvering this ball to different locations, creating different shot spots, and while most of the shots have targeted the 5-hole, they've been shooting from all different locations of the field. They've done a very good job of maneuvering around. And about 3:50 left in the first quarter. It's 1-0 in favor of the Netherlands. So after that goal, 3:50 left in the first quarter. It's going to be a water break as well as our commercial timeout. So after this short break, we'll be back here in just a moment for some more action between the Netherlands and the Finland.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
So back at Malešice. Scores 1-0 If you're just joining us, the Netherlands just scored on their most previous possession. So the shot taken from the Netherlands, as that was Manu Wolbert, excuse me, who had the bounce shot in from the left side. Or from the right side, excuse me, and ultimately why the Netherlands have a lead. So 1-0 the score. Delaney Keane on top of it now. She'll get it out to Wolbert, who had the goal in the previous possession. Pass gonna bounce off the stick of Kimberly Verboom, but it will be picked up by Wolbert. Starting to feel herself a little bit. Van Bilsen was the intended target from Wolbert, though pass too far out for her. As here comes the Finnish offense and the defensive transitioners for the defensive players for the Netherlands. That's Ina Jupala. It's Ina Jupala who had it. She loses it. Now attempted to scoop up by Jupala. She does manage to pick it up. Has it still. Facing some really tough pressure from Ilse Fox. Jupala got it off. Then gets it back via catch. Caught it one hand. And ultimately attempts to shoot a shot from far beyond the orange line as here comes Emily Demmer in the Denmark offense. Shot taken from Demmer. Looked like for a second she had a bit of a hole there. As shot taken on the bouncer towards the 5-hole again. That was, I believe, Sophie Kudut who had the shot. This pass out. That was a Kata Bitter. She had it, she lost it, but it is picked up by Marie Kaki. Is Finland unable to advance it, so the ball will go back to the Netherlands. Already up by 1, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So look to extend their lead. It's the first time they've led in the tournament so far. Their game though against Israel, that's actually wrong. That's my apology. They actually did lead against Ireland. As that game was very close against Ireland until the third quarter. That game was tied at 4 at one point before eventually the Netherlands just kind of ran out of juice. But to go up against a solid team like Ireland and play hard, they played hard against Israel as well. Two very solid teams in the tournament. So definitely some positive things for the Netherlands so far. They've had some of it here. There's a whole lot going on. As Van Versel took the shot. Ultimately, though, the play was still whistled dead before she was able to do so. And regardless, the ball is going to go in the hands of the Netherlands. So here they come. It's Healing's outside. She'll attempt to get it to Keane, who dropped it. Keane steps down, and Delaney Keane takes it in. And it is a 2-0 lead for the Netherlands as Delaney Keane going to extend the lead. It's a beautiful step down shot. Lefty just picks it up and nobody was even there. Millie Lofgren, even with her angling towards that left-hand side where Keane was able to fit it into a very tight window. An impressive goal, and Netherlands up 2-0. As the face-off won by Sophie Kudu. Again, Netherlands will take over on offense. This is Van Bilsen, tries to make a fake, takes a shot down low towards the feet of Lofgren. As Kudu had it, loses it. Now she's got it again. Baker was also around her as well, as Van Hoovel was the one that forced the, excuse me, that was Reppinen that was the one that forced that check out. As shot clock gonna run out for the Netherlands. Is 38 seconds left here on the clock, is trying to clear deep to Venla Monto. Unfortunately was not able to hang on to it. The ball bounces up, nearly brought in by Verboom. She loses it, but she does pick it up. This pass goes a little bit too high for Demmer. So Finns will get on top of it. Kata Bitter passing it deep on the bouncer. It's looking for Suvioni, and fortunately, clear doesn't work out for the Finns. And here comes Denmark. Here comes the Netherlands, excuse me. The Netherlands is, they almost get something going right before the end of the first quarter, but unfortunately unable to do so, just running out of time. So that'll do it for the first quarter here at Malešice. It's 2-0 favor of the Netherlands over Finland. Back here in just a moment. So back at quarter two for more lacrosse, more women's lacrosse here, the European Box Lacrosse Championship at Malešice here in Prague. It's 2-0 in favor of the Netherlands. It was the Manik Wolbert goal 11 minutes in, followed 2 minutes later, around 14 minutes, Delaney Keene on the lefty bouncers. Romy Healings assisted on both of those goals. She's got 2 assists already. Before I forget, managed to find out today's officials. I'm going to mess up some of these names, by the way. Reed Angie, Bajnaki Laszlo, and Jones Rhiannon. I probably messed those up, but I figured I'd announce them while I knew them, as opening face-off won by the Netherlands, and the shot was taken on the bouncer by Van Bilsen in front of the net. Goes too high though, put too much pressure to that. As Bitter had it, she lost it, was pushed into the boards by Delaney Keene, and Keene's gonna pick it up. She'll slow it down, wait for her offense to get back on the field, and here comes the Netherlands. It's Manuk Wolbert had the first goal. Go outside to Van Verselt. Van Verselt gonna go far side. It's going to Kudu, now back to Van Verselt. To Brashad, this is Ramsey. Ramsey facing some pressure. Gets it back to Van Verselt, and time will run out on the shot clock. It's gonna have a penalty. Again, another illegal substitution on Finland. They had one back around the 8-minute mark in the first quarter. Another legal substitution. They have a second one here early in the second. So another power play opportunity for the Netherlands as Finland was able to kill off the first power play opportunity that the Netherlands had. So question of whether they'll be able to make a 2 for 2. Delaney Keem will pick it up and to Van Bilsen and back to Keen. Now back up top. Shot, or Van Bilsen. I don't know if it was a shot or a pass, either way. We go back to the Finns as ball was initially picked up and then lost by Orr. Here comes Finland on a fast break. Shot taken on a bouncer. That was Ina Japala. Sandy Visor was right there for the Netherlands as Netherlands have had 2 goalies on their roster. They've had both of them split time so far this season, and it's Visor today that's getting the start. Which looks good so far. First quarter or so of play. Here's Wolbert. Gets it out to Demmer. Now shot taken from Ramsey. Rashad had it for a second, loses it. Now she's got it, now she lost it again. Gets hit, a tough hit by Arika Ora. But far side shot taken, and it's in. Manuk Wolbert, her second of the day. And the Netherlands up 3-0 here at Malešice. As again, check it here in a moment with the replay, but it's a great way of getting it around, and then the slide was late on Wolbert, and she's already got 2 here. 3-0 favor of the Netherlands. That's picked up by Delaney Keene. And here she goes. Gonna work it down. Short side makes a couple of moves, and shot taken by Van Bilsen. It's a bouncer going up into the nets, and that'll set up Finland on the offensive transition. They've had some struggles clearing it and getting it over in time as Demmer is able to force Kaki back into the boards and able to take the ball away. Ball going to go deep into the Netherlands territories. It's picked up by Elsie Flux. So here comes Wilker Schroer, who loses it. Now picked up by Orr. Shot taken, and what a save by Sandy Visor. As that was Arika Orr, who had the fast break shot, but unfortunately was not able to do anything with it, as Contabitter just flips the ball, and will go back to the Netherlands as Ramsey calling for it outside near side, and she'll get it to Van Verseld. Van Verseld gonna set up the shot from Kudud. But a nice save from Millie Lofgren. Good way to get on top of it is working it back around. Van Verseld gonna try to find Persad. Persad gonna work her way back. Shot taken again by Kudud. But not enough room for him there. Lofgren again able to get in front of it. He's now gonna work it around once more. Here's Ramsey. You go behind the net and get pressed up into the walls, losing it. Tight pressure forced by Mia Reppinen. A shot taken down low by Kudu. And again, another shot by Van Verseld towards the 5-hole, and nothing doing as here comes the Finland offense. It's Finland Monto. She's got it. She'll get it outside. It's Kaki. Back to Alaska. Alaska gonna work her way down to Kaki. And Marie Kaki taking it in for Finland. And what an offensive possession for the Finns. That was a textbook way of moving that ball around 3 different players touched the ball on that sequence, and it's a great way of using all 3 levels of the field. Top, past the orange line, and closer to the white box around that line, and then getting very close to the crease where they ended up with the Marie Kaki goal. As face-off is going to be won by Wolbert, and the Netherlands is they'll look to add another goal. Shot taken, and it's in. That is Emma Van Den Honert. Van Den Honert is able to knock it in. So that's 4-1 in favor of the Netherlands, as the offenses have been firing after the first half of the first quarter, which saw both teams stay scoreless. Another face-off opportunity for both sides, and it's won by the Netherlands again here. Delaney Keene, she picks it up. She'll get it outside to Wolbert. She's got a couple now, or Van Versel, excuse me. And that shot is taken by Baker. Ultimately, nothing doing, and that'll take us to the first hydration break of the second quarter. So it's 4-1 right now. At this point, once again, the heat, a pretty significant factor today, is the Manuk Wolbert 2 goals, Delaney Keene as well, and then also have the Hannekeek Van Versel goal, which now has given the Netherlands a 4-1 lead. Under 10 minutes left in the first half. Ironically, 2 power play opportunities for them, but 0 for 2 is the temperature. It's 37 degrees Celsius, 24% humidity, which is a lot better than earlier. It was 43% earlier. And now you actually have some wind, 4 kilometers an hour of wind, so it could be worse. It was earlier, so it's definitely gotten a little bit better. But oh well. Some more lacrosse to play. You can see the tents in the background where people have some spots to just hang out and enjoy a drink, watch some lacrosse. It's, for what's quote-unquote a C venue, this is actually a pretty cool setup. So here comes Marie Kaki, who had the goal for the Finns. Tries to shovel the pass. This creates a fast break opportunity for Eva Klaassen. And Klaassen's shot going down low towards the 5-hole. And Millie Lofgren going to take it away. Here comes the Finns on the transition, going to bounce up a couple times. It will be brought in by Erika Orr. Now back to Kaki. She'll get it out inside to Suvioni, and Oni is going to go back to Lasko. Lasko's going to take the shot. Had the look, but Visser able to get there in time. Steps in front of it as here comes Sophie Kudu and the rest of this Netherlands offense. That's Bersad. She gets it out to Demmer, to Baker, to Ramsey. A shot or a pass, whatever one it was, doesn't really matter. It's going to go back towards the Finns. It's Lecky Konen. As pressure forced by Isa Flux. So Lasko on the bounce shot, saved by Visser. I don't know if you can hear the crowd noise, but there's a pretty significant crowd here for the Netherlands. As they've definitely come out to play. The Finns do have some people as well in attendance for them, so not to say this is completely one-sided in terms of the fan engagement. So here comes Delaney Keene, what a move! Keene taking it in, and what a play from Delaney Keene. The shots are roaring, they're soaring, and the Netherlands have a 6-1 lead here at Malešice. And is doing what she does best. Delaney Keene crashing down towards the net and making a couple moves, fooling Millie Lofgren, and it is 5-1 in favor of the Netherlands. Is Kaki gonna lose her stick? And again, here comes Keene. Van Bossel quickly passes a little bit behind Van Bilsen. Possession will switch back to Finland. So 7 minutes left in the first half after going down 3-0. Get the goal via Marie Kaki, and since then the Netherlands have bounced back with back-to-back goals. So big moment here for the Finns is a shot taken on the run by Suvioni, and just a little bit off there. The right idea is on the move. This is Ulaska. Just getting absolutely massacred by Morgan Boys as she gets thrown down. Boys was throwing checks aplenty. Is gonna get some ball movement for the Finns. And Venla Mato on the sidearm sweep shot towards the outside. Some good movement for the Finns, and you can see that was a high IQ shot. Sandy Visser was crowding towards the left-hand side of that net, and Monto noticed she was, and ultimately goes and shoots the complete opposite way, gets past her, and the Finns are back on the board. It's 5-2. 6.5 left in the first half. Looks like Oni jumped early for Finland, and their face-off win for the Netherlands is it's 5-2 ball game now. Here they come, Van Bossel. Looking, surveying shot in front of the goal. It's a dump off for Wolbert. Would have been her third. It would have been a hat trick for her in the first half. As she'll take it away on the interception. Now back to Van Bossel up top. She's quarterbacking. Shot taken! And that is in. Hannah Keek, Van Bossel. And the Netherlands back in again. Slide just a little bit late. That was Mahisa Pantala who was the hot on that play, and unfortunately just didn't make it over there in time. Trying to split multiple offensive players, a tough position to put her in, and Van Bossel for second.
I need some shade, Daria.
So 3 different players with 2 goals for the Netherlands as they're up 6-2. Slowing it down again. Here's the Netherlands as they'll get it around. Doing a very good job of doing that is Keene on the cut, and Delaney Keene, she's got a hat trick in the first half. And going towards the top left corner. And this Netherlands offense has been rolling here in the first half. As you can see, the Finland defense, they all shifted over to the left-hand side. And unfortunately, that left Keene wide open. Kata Bitter needed to just stay over a little bit, it seemed like. I could be wrong, but she was the defender closest associated with Keene, I believe. If not, there should have been somebody to slide. Regardless, Keene comes crashing down. She's got 3, and nobody was there to stop her. So it's 7-2. In favor of the Netherlands. There's a shot taken by Prasad for the net. Unfortunately, she's wrapped up pretty quickly. So passes able to get out as That was Reppinen, who does manage to get on top of it. She was looking for Suvione, who was not able to corral it. As here comes Wheelings. She has 2 assists already. She's done a good job of getting this ball around. It's Prasad back to Wheelings. Wheelings looking, she's surveying, going back towards the other side for Van Bilsen. Is losing the ball here, going back deep into Netherlands territory. Going to go back into the stick of Sandy Visser. Here comes the Netherlands offense. To Ramsey, back underneath to Keene. Keene back up top to Van Verselt. Tough catch by Wolbert. Van Verselt tries to go sidearm and below. Keene gonna step it up, try to dump it back in. Shot clock runs out. Gonna go Finland ball. Passes underthrown, intercepted by Wolbert. Delaney Keene has an opportunity. Before she can do anything, it'll be a timeout or no, it won't be a timeout, excuse me. It'll actually be another penalty, an illegal substitution set on White, and well, okay, it'll be on the Netherlands as the first power play opportunity for the Finns. Soniani playing quarterback. She'll take it up top, going back to her. It's back to Oni. So we're gonna have a stoppage in play. So they needed they're going over, I guess, who needs to go to the box. Okay, so it's going to be Sophie Kudu who's going to the box. Just a little confused, as were we. So the power play coming up for Finland, and you hate to say this early in a game that it's crucial that Finland scores in this power play, but just considering how well the Netherlands have been able to get it around to different players today, obviously 3 different scorers so far, including a player of a hat trick in Delaney Keene. You need to add something here to try to keep yourself in this game, as Finns have actually been able to move a little bit here on offense. They've been able to get something going, but they're going to need to do a little bit more, as the Duncan shot, unfortunately for them, does not land anywhere close. Nice forecheck on the stick of Issa Flux, who loses it. Now going to the boards is a Finn. She was colliding in with Bente Van Bilsen. As we'll see in a second who it is that went into the boards. I don't know. I believe it might have been, I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to our second water break here of the second quarter. As 3 minutes before halftime, we'll be back after the quick commercial break.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
So back for the final 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. Malešice field here in Prague. It's day 3 of the European Box Lacrosse Championships. The women's edition, excuse me. plural right there. If you're listening, Mom, I'm trying. So 7-2. Favor of the Netherlands. But a power play opportunity for Finland upcoming. 1:21 left on the clock for the power plays. Here comes the captain, Sonioni. As Oni going to play quarterback, going to flip it near side to Ulaska. Back to Ulaska. She loses it. And here come the Netherlands on a fast break. That's Morgan. Boy, she'll take it in. And the Netherlands are on fire here in the first half at Malešice. The shorthanded fast break goal. And that is just a rough spot to be in. Suvioni lost control of the ball and then it's picked up pretty quickly by the Netherlands, and they were able to take it all the way back as Wolbert will take the face-off. The ball will go back for the Finns. So 3 minutes exactly left in the first half. Ulaska over to Oni. Oni going to get it around. And to Ulaska again. Now getting it to Jupala, excuse me. He's not able to put it in the back of the net. Is now picked up again by Boys. And comes Delaney Key looking for 5. Or excuse me, looking for 4. A big one for her here is Delaney Keene. Shot and goal. And she makes it look too easy. Number 4 for her in the first half. As it is 9-2 with 2:15 left in the first half. That's what happens when you let a player like that just take over a game. Delaney Keene certainly has today, no doubt. It's back behind. That's picked up by Van Heuvel, excuse me. That's Kudu coming out of the box. Has 2 short-handed goals for the Netherlands. Is about as tough as it gets. Van Brazil short side. Gonna skip pass over. Shot taken on the bounce by Healings and get an unlucky bounce into the nets, and Finns will take over. Down by 7. Pass deflected off of London's stick. So a 7-goal game, 1.5 minutes left in the first half. And Kaki shot taken, or pass taken away. Here comes Sophie Kudut. She'll slow it down a little bit. Some collision in the middle of the field as keep going. Van Bilsen got it out as that was to Ramsey. Back out to Kudut, shot taken, and it's in. Sophie Kudut. And that is double digits for the Netherlands in the first half. It has just been a mismatch here in this first half as the Netherlands have taken full advantage of the Finns. But 1:09 left in the first half. Not a lot of time to work with, but definitely could still be some fireworks. As it's like Jopala jumped a little bit early. Face-off goes to the Netherlands. This is Delaney Keene. 55 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. We'll see how aggressive they want to get. Gonna have to give it back to Finland either way as Keene to Prasad. Now back inside to Wolbert. looking for her third as King gonna roll out. Looking for 5 as that's gonna bounce off of the padding of Millie Lofgren. So it looks like the reason for stoppage of play was I was kind of questioning what it was, as there usually wasn't any sign. But looks like Millie Lofgren was hit in the face at the end of that play by the ball, whatever it was, and seems to be that she is okay. She's able to get back up and continue playing. So 34 seconds left in half number 1. Here comes Sophie Kudu for the Netherlands. Pass out quickly to Van Verselt. Van Verselt going to get around. She'll hang on to it for a second. Van Verselt back to Kudu. Kudu looking for a second goal. Maybe looking to shoot it up to go back outside of Van Verselt. And what do you know? Another hat trick here for Hanneke Van Verselt. That's now 2 players for the Netherlands who have a hat trick. It's Keen and Van Verselt, as well as Manuk Wolbert having the 2 goals on top of that, and a number of other players contributing, including the Sophie Kudu goal more recently. So it's 11-2 in favor of the Netherlands. Less than 20 seconds left in half number 1, and here comes Delaney Keene down the middle. Delaney Keene gonna roll back. Thought about shooting for a second. She'll extend the play now. Under 5 seconds left in the first half. Keene gonna try to reverse and take the shot. Able to get a piece of it was Ulaska, and that'll end the first half. It is 11-2 in favor of the Netherlands. It's been pretty one-sided throughout this one. So we'll be back here in relatively short notice for the second half of the Netherlands and Finland. Back here at Malešice.
Andreo! Andreo! Dobrou se tam vrát! Ještě jednou!
pořádně. Tvoj posílí trošku nahoru. Jsi tam židli. Kde jsi nemá? Já když jsem tady poprvé měl tu kameru, ale jsem na ten víkend vlastně krát nahoru jedu. Pak bolili nohy třikrát. Protože ono to nefungovalo. Když jsem stáhl dole, tak jsem to nemohl zapnout. Takže já jsem musel položit tu kameru. Tam jsem to zapnul a zase dolů. Zapnul jsem kameru, viděl jsem rychle dozadu, že dolů. Ale jak chválit jedu. Petra nesedí hráli. Hlavně ty vole zase, jako, podívej se, mě prostě fakt jako, zrovna Eda, kolikrát to slyšel, a teď si o to plexu prostě dá. Level 3. To je super, tak to potřebujou, ale vůbec na to nepotřebují a to tady posílají věci, které je tam kart. Jasně, ale vždycky kde nejvíc lidí, kde to nejvíc ruší, kde to překáží, když se tam někdo vyzýval ten výbor na výběr, říká, no tak první bude Eda, vole, který bude tady půl roku zkoušené, a pak já. Ale když to bude dělat, tak nikdo tu nebude, ale teďka je tam nejvíc lidí. Tady sej, dá se, si tam může kouřit. Jo. Oho. Ondru, vole. Pod grillem, vole. Tak já jsem opustím vlastně jen tam. Ty vám někoho necháváte, jo? To je dobrý, ne? To čerstvé síly, je to dobrý. Tak se mějte hezky. Děkuji, ale...
No, I'm not helping. Well, they didn't ask me, so I don't want to fill the bench.
Back for second half action here at Malešice, excuse me. The second half of the Netherlands and Finland. It's an 11-2 ball game at halftime. And Sophie Kudut, as well as Yina Yapala, excuse me, will be facing off. Start the second half off. So we are ready to get going here in second half action as Kudu is going to get underneath it, and she's got a fast break opportunity. Had the dump off to Delaney Keane, who wasn't quite able to handle it. Keane had 4 goals in the first half. So an absolute massive first half for her, as supposedly the Netherlands were not able to get set in time. So turning it over, and here comes the Finns. That's Marie Kaki. She'll look to advance it, and she will. That's Finland Monto, who had it for a second. Monto's going to get back on top of it. Swing and a miss from Healings on the check. I'm going to Oni, now back out to Kaki. Kaki will take the shot. Sidearm, too far out, away from everybody. It's going to go back into Finland territory, and here comes the Netherlands once again. That's Emily Demmer up top, near side. She'll go back underneath to Manuk Wilbert. Wilbert has a hat trick in the first half, excuse me. The bouncer wasn't quite able to land, but still rebounded by Demmer. Now back outside to Healings. She takes the step down shot, unfortunately not going to land, as ball going to go back to Finland. So 11-2. Losing the ball was Evelina Lehikonen. And some more chaos. Eventually, Finland will get on top of it. That's Yapala. Well, she'll work it around. Yapala takes the shot, and ultimately deflector by Wilker Schroer. So Finns will, or excuse me, the Netherlands will take back over. Here comes Keane, gets it out to Van Versel. And it's a shove. As you can see, Mahisa Pentola was absolutely just pushed down to the ground on off-ball movement, and ultimately they call the push, and it goes back to Finland, but Netherlands going to get back on top of it. Delayed penalty. But yeah, 2-minute penalty. I mean, illegal cross check on Jessica Lehtonen. And as you can hear the slam from Lehtonen, as she definitely a little bit frustrated with the call there, but pretty clear from up here that that was an illegal cross-check in the back. So Finland will get it around here. Now back up to Oni. Outside, Ulaska takes the shot of the bouncer. Does not land it though. Now into the boards goes Finland. They lose the ball now. Picked up for a second by Eva Klassen. She's got it now. Had a fast break attempt earlier. And she's gonna dump it off to Anna-Main Dana. Here comes Walbert. Finland technically up here 5-4. It's a power play for them. Now they have about 1:10 left, give or take, in that power play. As here comes Finland. That was too far for Mina Tipo. Mina Tipo. So still 50 seconds, give or take, on the Finland power play. It's Van Verselt. Going to go outside to Keen, back to Van Verselt, back to Walbert. Outside to Verboom. Shot was taken and picked up by Finland. Sivornen tries to clear it away, and London able to get behind the defense. Shot taken off the bouncer, but a little bit too far out as Isa Flux going to get on top of it. As here comes Verboom. Netherlands offense they'll slow it down again. Some hard contact. As we're back to even play. Here comes Kudu. As a quality hit right on timing by Marie Kaki. That a goal as well as the pass will go out, and it seems like there was the ball stuck in the upper part of the shoulder pads of Millie Lofgren. As the clear goes too far, it's going to go back to the Netherlands, and well, Finland will get stuck on defense once again, and that's just tough. As shot taken, and it is in off the fast break. That's Romy Healings. And the Netherlands offense now up by 10 goals. Here in the early third quarters. You could just tell on the clear that the ball was just too far. It went straight back to the Netherlands, and ultimately Finland gets kind of stuck in an awkward position where they were trying to sub back off to offense, and they have to sub right back on the defense, caught in a tough position, and ultimately they set up the pass to Healings, and she was able to take care of business. So ball will stay with Netherlands as a shot taken from Van Verselt. And Lofgren will get in front of it. Just trying to scoop it up again here. It was Demmer, she loses it. Now she gets back on top. Here's Van Verselt again. Out to Walbert, here's Keen, now back to Bersad. Verselt up top. Wrap it around, shot taken, and what a hit on Walbert. Some hard contact by the Finns. And can't help but at the very least admire the spirit, just given the circumstances of the last couple of games. It's going outside to Walbert. Moves around, tries to maneuver traffic. That's Van Verselt. Pass goes too high for Bersad. She can't quite have onto it as Bersad trying to fight forward into the boards. It's a 3-on-1, and she'll get on top of it. Bersad takes her shot from beyond the orange line, and so the shot clock runs out and picked up by Mahisa Pentala. Here comes Alaska. She'll hang on to it, tries to go a little bit down below as that was shot taken and missed by Suvioni. Now another scrum for the ball. Alaska loses it. still struggling to get on top of it. And again, the shot clock runs out. And we'll get a hydration break here, the first one of the second half. So, at this point, you're in a position where if you're the Netherlands, you want to keep putting the foot on the gas. If you're at Finland, well, at this point, you're probably just playing for pride. Looking at the heat right now, it's 38 degrees Celsius, so pretty hot day today, 24% humidity, so the humidity hasn't really changed too much since early this morning when it was really high. And the wind still remains, but not really the wind's not going to really affect anything. It's a light breeze. Humidity was bad earlier, but it's manageable now, especially with this wind. And you take a look at the game leaders so far. Obviously, have two players with hat tricks. Excuse me, it was Hannekeek Van Verselde who has the hat trick. That is my mistake. Manik Wolpert has 2. But Delaney Keene has 4 so far. So 3 different players of multiple goals. It's always a good thing, which I think just goes on to show you that the play design for the Netherlands has been working all day, as they've set their players up, and today they've been able to execute it. So 12-2, 8.5 left in the first half of play. This is Kimberly Verboon who will take it. Now getting it around. Outside to Keene as the shot gonna hit Lofgren in the top part of her pads, is going to the boards. Goes Mina Taipale. And ultimately she will take the ball. It's 12-2. She got absolutely rocked by 2 Netherlands defenders. It's gonna go back for the Netherlands. Is another penalty on the play. It's gonna be on Bente Van Bilsen. See if it's another 2-minute penalty or if it's a more major penalty. We'll see. Ref's talking it over. So it's going to be a delay of game, and you can hear the reaction, or I can hear the reaction of Van Bilsen. She goes, what? So it's going to be a separate power play opportunity for the Finns. And keep in mind that the Netherlands have already scored a couple shorthanded goals today, so just because it's a power play doesn't mean they aren't capable of doing something here. But the Finns, this opportunity here to put some more points on the board. Looks like we're gonna have a hydration break, or nope. They're gonna run some water onto the field though. Looks like we had a player for Finland who's struggling to get off the field. So that is that looks to be Jessica Latonen. Or no, it does not. It's actually not her. Thought that was the right number. It's a 30. It's a 30. Either way, not a great sight. Obviously, a lot of heat here, so could be a number of things. We'll have to just move on. So 12-2. Less than 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Here comes the Netherlands offense. That's Eva Klaassen. She'll get it out to Wolbert. Wolbert looking for her third. She'll just work her way down and back up top to Wheelings, who has the goal as well, as Kudu also has a goal shot taken from her shot as the shot clock does wind down, as here comes London. London trying to set something up here for the Finland offense is Sunioni going to go outside to Kaki. Now back to London, back to Kaki. Kaki going to deliver it, going to drop down to Oni, who takes a shot on the step down, and it's going to go too far out. Picked up by Finland. So working the way back around. That was Alaska who had the rebound. As a shot taken again by Kaki, and they're going to go back to her for a third straight play. Shot taken, and again, Sadie Visor going to get on top of it. She's been lights out so far on this one for the most part, as Fair hasn't faced a ton of volume. Is now under 10 seconds in the power play for Finland, as we'll be back to 5-on-5 in just a matter of seconds. Ball goes down, and we are back to 5-on-5. So here comes the Finnish offense, and well, ball comes out and unable to advance. So here comes the Netherlands again. Fake pass, Van Bild, she's got it! Van Bilsen, Bente Van Bilsen makes it a 13-2 game. And what an absolute beauty to fake the pass. Not only did she draw space from the defenders, but she also faked the goalie, Millie Lofgren, into believing that was a goal, but actually does not believe that was Lofgren. I believe that was Heli Verhervaro. There we go. So new goalie, and it looks to be for the Finns. So it's 13-2. Under 6 minutes left here in the second half. So, loose ball. So don't usually like to mention this, but just considering where we are in this game, it's a 13-2 game right now. If the Netherlands score another goal and make it 14-2, it will in fact turn into a running clock for the rest of this game. So one more goal, and well, as you see there, the time does stop. One more goal, that's not going to happen for the rest of the game. Even if Finland does bring it within 12, or even if they came all the way back. So be a penalty on Finland. It's going to be an illegal block. Be a block at the back, so 13-2. That's Venla Monso who's get called with that, is working it around. Shot taken on the bouncer, but unfortunately not there. Still rebounded. Van Verselde gets her rebounded. Kudu up top. Gonna bounce it around to Keen. Keen gonna survey back up to Kudu. It's the pick from Keen. Kudu on the bouncer. Doesn't make it. So Finland attempts to clear. Not gonna do so as Delaney Key trying to dump it in front of the net. I honestly think she probably was in the crease, so even if she did manage to get that in, I don't know if it would have counted. It's going down the alley. That'll be Ulrika Ora, excuse me. This ball attempted to be picked up, can't quite do so. Some hard contact on Oni. Is again, here comes the Netherlands. Shot clock expired, and that will return possession back to Finland. As knocking it out, that's Furbrum. Tight contact. Furbrum picks it up. She'll keep going. The Netherlands will again advance the ball into Finland territory. Here's Demmer. Going outside to Van Bilsen, takes the shot. Van Bilsen picks up her own rebound, tries to layer it in over the top. Not quite able to do so, but Bershad will pick up the rebound, or pick up the ground ball for the Netherlands, and well, Finland will kill the power play though, as heavy contact shot taken in front of the net. That was Kimberly Verboom. She won't do so, as that'll take us to the second water break here of the third quarter. It's 13-2 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter in favor of the Netherlands here at Malešice. We'll be back here in just a second.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
So back for final 3 minutes here of the third quarter. It's 13-2 for the Netherlands. Is nice forecheck to knock that out of Oni's hand. And for those who are just joining us, it's been a pretty one-sided affair here between the two teams. Is the Netherlands are on the brink of forcing a running clock. Depends if the Finns can add some more points. Bouncer shot taken from Kaki is fortunately not able to knock it through. Shot clock runs out for the Finns, and so here comes the Netherlands. They'll take over on offense. Demmer will take it down. They'll work their way around again. Bershad going to go outside to Ramsey, who loses the ball, but Bershad will get back on top of it. Here comes Emily Demmer. She'll go outside. Shot taken by Wolbert. And nothing doing. Second chance opportunity, though, for the Netherlands. Off the ground ball as Ramsey surveying, takes the shot again. But nowhere to put it. Here comes the Finns again and losing the ball. That's Jessica Lettinen as she was trying to clear it out. Her own back end, unfortunately not able to do so. So it's going to remain Netherlands ball. So here they come. Get it around. Verboom. She'll get it out. It's Kudu. Kudu switches hands, back outside. Up top, Wolbert. Outside to Verboom. Cutter in motion, it's Kudu. But a nice save forced by for Hervaro. The goalies. Now a fast break opportunity, shot taken, and it's in. That is Ina Ulaska. She brings it back within 10. And the Finns got their third on the board as so a delayed penalty. It's going to be a penalty on the Netherlands. There's face off won by the Netherlands. Is heard something about a delayed penalty, but guess I don't know. If there's any relevancy to it, then we'll find out. Anyways, though, under 30 seconds now, working it around is Denmark. The Netherlands. Keep thinking that. I don't know why. I really apologize for whoever picked up on that because maybe it's just the way it sounds. I don't know. Either way, here comes Finland. Take their shots. And gonna go behind, picked up by the Netherlands is quick. Stoppage in play. Second look at the stats so far. It's 13 goals to 3, 35 shots to 9. Both teams 8 and 6 penalty minutes, so a little bit sloppy there. Just 1 for 7 total on the power play. As we'll take a quick break until everything's sorted out.
Sanne! 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 Je bent goed bezig, meisje. Goed zo.
So back for the fourth quarter. Here for Malešice. Face off one picked up by Delaney Keene. Keene will again wait things out, and again the Netherlands offense will get to work. A step down shot taken from Van Verseld is just looking for a fourth goal of the game. Now going to work out to Delaney Keene. She cuts back inside. Keene facing some contact and a flip it out. Shot taken from Wolbert. and knocked down by a Finland defenders. Ball going to go into the walls. It's going to be picked back up by the Netherlands as Walbert will get it out to Van Verselt. Out to Ramsey, going to go behind the nets. Over to Van Bilsen, now outside to Ramsey. She's going to work back her way in, shot taken down low. And now picked up again by Van Verselt. She loses it for a second, but gets back on top of it. Comes Van Bilsen. Bilsen outside to Keen. Back inside to Van Bilsen. Shot taken a little bit outside, but Van Bilsen does get her own rebound. And again, another opportunity for the Netherlands as the shot, again, deflecting off the glass, and the Netherlands will get on top of the rebound. That's a step-down shot taken from Van Verselt. And just over and over again, they are peppering shots right now. Outside to Delaney Keene. Trying to set up a pick situation, but unable to do so. As this time going to Ramsey, she takes her shot a little bit outside to the left. But again, the Netherlands getting on top of the rebound, and now spent the first 2 minutes of this opening quarter here on offense, or fourth quarter, as to Prasad. She'll take it back up top to Ramsey. Ramsey gonna survey again, and too high for anybody. Now Keene takes the shot, picks it up off the ground ball, and what do you guess? Netherlands do get on top of it, but then they just toss it back, running out of time, and so the Finns will finally, 12.5 minutes and 2.5 minutes into the quarter, have an offensive chance as the pass is taken away, picked off, and that is going to go all the way in. Kimberly Verboom on the fast break. She picked off the pass and then took it all the way back. And what a play from her. Way to keep your heads up, and she put that one right on the money. So get another face-off here for the Netherlands, and they end up taking it. So 14-3, and we're again a point or another Netherlands goal away from having a running clock. Is shot taken on the dump down. So that was Van Bilsen, and it's going to go back the other way as might have saved Van Bilsen went into the crease. Is getting crushed here by the pressure forced by Van Bilsen. That was Evelina Lehekkonen. She lost it, but Inka Isula able to get back on top of it. Usula, Ulaska, here she comes. Into the wall she goes, and Delaney Keene, well, she is the victor from there. Only one left standing. Keene. That is in. Van Bilsen. And Delaney Keene to Bente Van Bilsen makes it a 15-3 game. And a timeout it appears to be for Finland. So it is a timeout, Finland. Their second half timeout is. You can't help but feel for them in this situation, as it's just gotten to a point where things have kind of gotten out of hand for them. And, well, I don't know if you could hear the song that was playing with Baby Sharks, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the last song they would want to hear in this situation. I know for a fact, if I was playing a game and I was getting absolutely, frankly, I was getting, it handed to me, I would not want to hear that. It's been tough for them, tough road. But hey, this is grassroots lacrosse for you. This is what happens when you start playing a sport that other teams have been playing for a long time. And The Netherlands are still a relatively new team. They've been playing a little bit longer here than Finland, so the great thing about these kind of seasons is that, one, the only thing you can do is go up from here, and two, is that you need to have these kind of games, you need to have these kind of seasons, and you need to have players who are willing to come out and play even when the odds are stacked against them, even when they are, you know, just learning the game, going up against players who, in some cases, have been playing for years, right? Some of these teams, like Israel, England, Germany, have kids who've been playing for a long, long time. And so it's tough to ask these teams to compete with those teams, but the hope is that, you know, you have these kind of games now that one day they'll be able to compete. And obviously the Finland's men's team extremely proud. I mean, they just beat Ireland yesterday, and that was a game that I had the pleasure of watching that game. Going to call that game, so that was an excellent game, and it was back and forth. Finland ended up winning in overtime 10-9. And the running clock is in effect here, so under 10.5 minutes. Verbrum will take it out to Keane. Keane will work her way down, is outside to Broussard. Now back to Van Bilsen. Back outside to Keane. Keane surveying the field again to Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen working her way back to Broussard, back to Keane, who didn't initially handle it, but able to pick it back up. Keane loses sight of it here, though, is facing some tough pressure from the Finland defense, running out of the shot clock in. Nice spot. A timeout for the Netherlands is 9:52 left in regulation, up by 12. Well, the only thing you could really imagine they might be talking about is how are we going to put some more points on the board? With the scoring system here at the European Box Lacrosse Championships, it came down to a tiebreaker. These points could definitely matter, though. To be fair, it's not as convoluted as the men's, and also there isn't. It's only, you know, eight women's teams compared to twice or three times out of the men's. So but either way, can't help but wonder what they could really be talking about in this situation. But either way, Finland will now take it from their own far right corner. Or the far left corner, excuse me, is here they go. This is Mona London. Get called back. So the restart. London does get a bit of a chip block. She does get it out on time and on target. That's Yapala, who gets down the field, is passed too far out for Kaki, but it is brought in by Oni. So Oni working around here. Oni looks outside, facing some pressure, loses the ball. That was Issa Flux who knocks it out, and Finland does manage to get back on top of it. So running out of the shot clock was Finland, and here comes the Netherlands as they look to work it around again. See if they try to add some more points. Keane outside, step down shot, and into the net that one goes. Shot from Wolbert, just looking for her third, and the third player of a hat trick for the Netherlands today. So 8.5 now. Wolbert fighting for the ground ball, gonna kick it back deep. So Morgan Boyd will get on top of it. boys. So the clock will stop. It'll be a penalty. So 2 minutes for Finland. Be on Emma Van Den Hornet, or Honer, excuse me. It'll be 2 minutes for slashing. So under 8 minutes left in regulation is outside for Van Bilsen. Back underneath, ball loose, picked up by Keene. The Finland offense will, or the Netherlands offense, excuse me, move this play clock, or the shot clock winding down, shot taken from Van Bilsen, and getting a piece of it was Vervaro was outside. It's Oni. Outside again to Kaki. Oni up top. Shot taken from beyond the orange line again. Take a lot of these far outside shots that really are low percentage. As here comes Van Bilsen and the rest of the Netherlands offense. Getting it around under 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Just trying to force the pass inside to Prasad. She got laid out. As it's caught too far and high for Finland on transition. And again, here comes the Netherlands as they will move this one down the field. As that's Van Bilsen who's got it. Working it back around. It's Kudu. Now rolling around. Shot taken. And that is in. Hannah Keek Van Verseld, her 4th on the day. And that'll go in on the far left corner, or far right corner, excuse me. An absolutely beauty of a shot on the run. So that'll be the 6th goal, or 16th goal of the day when the scoreboard updates. It's her 4th on the day. Is face-off won by the Netherlands. Prasad go out. That's the boys. Back to Prasad. Should have been caught by Van Verseld. She drops it. Now here comes Finland on transition. And Suni Oni takes a shot as well as a check from Prasad. She goes down as shot taken again from Oni. Nowhere, nothing to do with that. Is 4:45 left in regulation. We will continue to go. Malešice. It's back around. Dropping it, it's Kaki. She rolls around, gets the pick. Takes the shot, and they'll say that did not go in. Okay. It looks very, very close. But Prasad's going to pick it up for the Netherlands. Here they come. Keep rolling it around. Back out to the left. Back to Keene. Keene's pass to Kudu was dropped, is going to go behind the net, and the shot clock does expire for the Netherlands. So with 3:39 left in regulation, we will have a final hydration break of this one before we wrap up the end of this blowout between the Netherlands and Finland here in Malešice.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
Back for the final 3.5 minutes left in regulation between the Netherlands and Finland. Is a hard tumble into the boards. I believe that was Marie Kaki who has a goal for Finland in this one. She's been one of the main offensive threats for Finland, as well as in transition. So here comes the Netherlands offense as they'll look to continue to move this ball around, and wouldn't be surprised if they continue to try to put more points on the board. Shot outside to Keane on the bouncer. Just tags the outside corner and that goes out. So 16-3 remains the score. Ramsey outside. Outside to Kudu, back to Ramsey. Ramsey with the step down shot and able to get in front of it. That was Verhervaro. It's outside to Keane, shot taken down low. Van Bilsen towards the 5-hole and nowhere to go. London lofts it. Here comes the Finland offense with 2.5 left in the game. Now quickly, that's Yapala. Coming on to sub-offensive transition. Shot from Yapala. Goes into the nets. It's going to stay there. So, going to have to get a new ball. Shot clock resets. Here comes Kaki. She looks around, surveys the field, going to go outside. The pass is deflected away, but Kaki will get on top of it. Facing some pressure here from Delaney Keane. Going to go into the boards. Keane's going to knock the ball out. But Finland does get back on top of it. That was Monto. But ball ends up just getting lofted into the stick of Sandy Visors. Ball's going to go far and deep into the other end. Is picked up by Van Bilsen. She'll work her way around and About a minute left in regulation. Keep moving around. Shot clock does wind down as Prasad takes the shot. Doesn't end up going anywhere. So now Finland will get another chance or two potentially. Try to add something else to the board, and then that'll do it. As ultimately not able to clear it in time, as now here comes the Netherlands. See if they try anything. You wouldn't think so, but then again, you never know. As they're gonna go outside, Ramsey does take the shot, does go too far outside. That's Van Verseld on the rebound, and Ramsey gonna go back to it. That's Prasad on the rebound, back to Keene. Keene holds on to it for a second. The pick set up, and Van Verseld takes the shot. And that's Hannah Keek Van Verseld, her 5th goal on the day, and that's the 6th total point for Delaney Keene with 4 goals, 2 assists. Those two have been on fire. And with the final seconds ticking down, that will do it. 17-3 in favor of the Netherlands. And they'll get their first win of the 2026 European Box Lacrosse Championship. So game 2 of 3 is complete here at Malešice. As 6 o'clock, a couple hours. Final game of the day, it'll be England and Germany who will play. But until then, we'll see you until then. 17-3 in favor of the Netherlands. It was a rout from start to finish, with the start of potentially something new and special. Both of these young nations in lacrosse. Just the experience to be able to come out here and play this game and play competitively is just experience that would have never been possible until not too long ago. So you can always find the good even in the bad. So looking at our scoring order here, a whole lot of it. And we'll be down for the post-game interview in just a minute. Till then, thanks to everybody here running the stream, everybody at the venue. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in to watch us play some lacrosse here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. For all the hard workers down in the booth helping us out, I'm Luke Lee. Back for the post-game interview in just a second.
You gotta hit back.
It's hard to say the turn, and it wasn't even easy.
I have his jersey at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
You guys traded or?
He wanted my man with like thingy.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe one of my jerseys is returning. Maybe one of my jerseys is returning.
those are good ones.
No, all good, thank you very much.
I do actually like the ones in the other one. It's just unfortunate, yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have the orange as well. I do like having a white one actually, it's new. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever not. Yeah, those are, especially with the black helmet. Those are, makes it really good. We all like a orange bucket or white bucket with these ones. Woo! Sabres here in 2 minutes. Working on it. Tak se vám líbí baru teda vidra, jo?
I'm back here with Delaney Keene, and Delaney, you just had a heck of a game here. You just had 4 goals, 2 assists. You had a teammate with 5 goals. I mean, you guys were out there balling today. The shots were flowing. I mean, what did you guys see here today that was totally different from these last couple games?
Honestly, we were just trying to find our groove together. The last few games have been very stressful, and we haven't really had the chance to really work together as a team. So today going in, we just wanted to bring the spirits up and work together, and it worked out. So, yeah.
This is a big first win for you guys in the tournament, coming in, you know, getting the big team win. What was the mentality going into this today that allowed you guys to come in here so fired up?
Honestly, just to have fun. Like, it's a fun tournament. We're here to play lacrosse and hopefully do the best we can, and hopefully we can just carry this momentum to the rest of the games.
That's awesome. I appreciate it, Delaney.
Thank you.